Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? It's Harry. It's so in front of you. You can see the Newcastle lineup. I'm going to be talking you through that literally now. Now you might have seen on the whiteboard behind us that I still don't have Dubravka, Kennedy made, or even Slimani for that fact. I'm still waiting on that distributor to get that done for us. So apologise once more. So I think go with the same lineup when we beat Manchester United. Why do you need to change it? We know that Slimani is now out. If you've seen our video early on, he's out for another further 2 more weeks now. And I think, why not go for exactly the same lineup? Dubravka and goal, you know, I think he's made the number one his own after his debut against Man United. Need to see him again kick on. No point in him having a downer. You need to go on and prove himself that he is number one. Yedlin, Lascelles, Lejeune, Dummett. Don't see any reasons why. That all of them were fantastic against Man United. Richie got his first goal. He'll want to start. If he's not starting against Bournemouth, he'll be pretty pissed off, to be fair with you, because he scored against Man United and it's his former side. He'll want to play. Diame, absolute revelation since the new year. Shelvey, man of match for me against Man United. Kennedy on the left. Prez to do the running, a lot of hard running, and Gale up top. And I think he'll go with Gale rather than Hoslu, because if you've seen our videos earlier on the week, Bournemouth play a high defence lineup, so there's no point really playing Hoslu starting if because we need to get in behind that defence. So for me, Dwight Gale is ideally so. I think Bournemouth are going to try to get on Jonjo Shelvey to stop him releasing the likes of Richie, Kennedy, and probably Perez and Gale. I would probably say.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, you shut up. So, right, where was I? Alexa's put me off there. So, yeah, that's what I think Bournemouth will do. Fucking hell, man. Right, okay. So, that's what I think Bournemouth will do with Shelvey. Right, I've totally lost it now. Right, so, yeah, I think they'll close him down as well. And I think also, you know, if he continues his form, just nabbing in, grabbing the ball back, interceptions, I think just continue doing it, because he's been unreal since the turn of the year. Absolutely outstanding, he has. And Matt Ritchie, as I've talked about him before as well, you know, he'll want to go on, and now we know he's hit the woodwork 2-3 times this season, but he'll want to go on and impress, and he'll get a great reception from Bournemouth fans. I'm pretty confident of that as well. They'll know what to expect coming down that left flank of theirs as well. You know, Charlie Daniels, who's a Newcastle supporter, will know what he's up against Matt Ritchie. But we know that Matt Ritchie doesn't really like to go down that wing. That's more Yedlin's job if he bombs on, because we know Ritchie likes to come in. So Charlie Daniels will know that. So he'll be obviously, when Eddie Howe does his pre-talks and everything, I think Charlie Daniels will know that as well. But I do think it's important that DeAndre Yedlin gets up and down that flank, because whoever they play on the left flank, whether it's, I think Pugh's been starting there a lot, I think we can get him pushed further back and almost at times on the counter make it like Bournemouth have got 2 left backs rather than a left back and a left midfield. So I think Yedlin can bomb on. We're not going to see that as much from Paul Dummett, and that's where you probably, because he'll be up against Jordan Ibe, who's got the most assists for them this season off the top of my head, and he's been a revelation since, again, you're probably talking Dummett, Diame, Lascelles. Probably those 3, I would say, out and out, have improved their game of late. He'll be up against Jordan Ibe, so he's going to obviously try and force Jordan Ibe down that side as well to stop the crosses coming in. And he's pretty confident that he's no nonsense, he's just go in. So Bournemouth fans will probably look at it and think we're in for an easy afternoon on that right flank. Tell you something, Bournemouth fans, he's been absolutely unreal since he's come back in as well. Now, Kennedy, you know, he wasn't great against Man U. I don't think it was poor, don't get me wrong, but I want to see more of him on the ball. He needs to now, you know, he's been here for a few weeks now. He'll know his teammates. He now needs to start getting on the ball a little bit more, because I think we'll look so much better with him on the ball and trying to do things. We can't really rely on Shelvey. I know Shelvey was more really disciplined against Man United and staying really back, but for me, got to get him more on the ball as well. And if he can get the through balls to Gale and get some crosses in, feeding the scraps, because we know that Richie from set pieces, from the corners and everything, is fantastic, and he'll obviously try and cut in and clip it in behind stretch Bournemouth's defence. And then later on, you might bring in Hoslu if you're trying to like see out the game for a draw, or you're trying to go for a win. You might even see the formation change. I think Perez is also important as well, because he'll be trying to chase down the likes of Lewis Cook and Sermon as well. So I think Perez will be in for a busy afternoon. I think Lejeune, I was talking to 40 about these two. When I was asking, is now we need to see relationships now start happening in that defence, because we've seen it with Lascelles and Clark that they had that relationship, and in the Championship it was mint. We now need to see Florian Lejeune try and stay away from injury. I know Harry Kane didn't help at the start of the season, and then he had an injury which wasn't really documented too much recently, but he now needs to cement his side and then strike a bond in a partnership with his man who's left and the man to his right. And that also is the same for Dubravka. Dubravka had a great debut, don't get me wrong, but he needs to then push on and continue his communication skills and then build formations and platforms with his defence as well. If you have a settled back 3-4-5, most of the time you'll be doing all right, I think, in the Premier League as well. But you know, we're talking about Bournemouth as well, so I guess we should jump over there and have a look at them, shall we?
The population of Bournemouth, the large coastal resort town in the borough of Bournemouth in Dorset, England, is about 183,000.
So 183,000 people in Bournemouth. That's not many people, isn't it? Now, the reason why I was bringing that up by Alexa is because their stadium is really, really small. They've got their attendance is less than what we've got subscribers, which is crazy. But, you know, Bournemouth, you see them as a small side, don't you? But, you know, Eddie Howe, I think, will go on to bigger and better things. And there is plans, obviously, we've had Jamie on earlier on this week, a Bournemouth fan, that there is plans to look at the stadium expanding and getting a better training academy. And rightly so, you know, you can only progress, you can only work with what you've got. And I guess it's quite similar to Rafa Benitez, how he doesn't get any money. But let's talk about Bournemouth. Sorry, so I've changed this a couple of times through the week, and this is what I'm going to stick with now, depending if they're all fit. 4-4-1-1. There is talk that, you know, because they played a wing-back system last time out and got beat against Huddersfield quite comprehensively, playing 3 at the back, but I think Eddie Howe will switch it to the 4. Now, you know, we'll go to Charlie Daniels, because Charlie Daniels will try and get up, and he's got a rock up his shot as well. That's something we want to need to watch out. Adam Smith is also bomb on as well, very comfortable on the ball. So expect you'll see their fullbacks literally bomb on in this game. I think Bournemouth will have a lot of possession in this as well. Now, I do actually rate Nathan Ake, whether he's playing left back or centre back. I think, again, he could go on to bigger things. When I seen Bournemouth splash 20 million, I was like, bloody hell, that's a lot. But when you think about in today's market, he will probably go for double that in a couple of years' time, because I think he will go on a bigger and better side. No disrespect to you Cherry fans. Francis, the captain, he's likely to move from right back to centre back. I was going to go with Steve Cook, but I think it'll be Francis. I think it'll be Sermon and Lewis Cook as well. He's obviously been thought of highly by Gareth Southgate as well. I think Stanislas, if he is fit, will play on the left. I think it'll be King who'll come back in the 10. You know, he has struggled for goals. There is talk about Jermaine Defoe being back, but I think he'll be on the bench as well. And I think it'll be Callum Wilson, who obviously we've been really heavily linked to. Now, touch upon Jordan Ibe as well. Now, I think he'll play on the right rather than the left, and he'll obviously try and get down and get some crosses in and try and move in as well. And he'll try and get assists. Now, he's got the most assists again, I think, off the top of my head. I'm sure I've just said that when Newcastle were on before. So that's one aspect, and I think Paul Dummett will be all right in there. I really do. I think he'll also help. I think he'll also help from Kennedy, because Kennedy also tracks back as well, which is commendable, you've got to say, because he's more flares and he doesn't want to track back. The Brazilian stereotype player doesn't want to do that, but Kennedy does, to be fair to him. Stanislas is, you know, he never really made the grade. I remember when he was at West Ham years ago, never made the grade and went down the leagues. But, you know, he's come on leaps and bounds, and he's a proven Premier League player, you would say now. You've got to say that now. I think Jordan Ibe will be more of a threat than what Stanislas, because he's very hit and miss. So, you know, DeAndre Yedlin should be okay, but as I've touched upon, you want to get Stanislas going that way, because you want Yedlin bombing on, and obviously Matt Ritchie doing that too. So either way, Ritchie will get up and down that wing anyways. I think, you know, he's really underrated, Lewis Cook. I think Mo Diame, in particular Shelvey, needs to get the better of him. Shelvey needs another performance. There's no point Shelvey having an absolute worldie against Man United than just having a poor game. You need that consistency, because Gareth Southgate will be looking at this, because he's potentially on the cusp of obviously being an England squad regular, and Shelvey now needs to show that he's the better player than him, and what a way to do it, and up against each other. Sermon, the South African, he'll sit. So what they'll do, they'll sit, and they won't really get much forward as such. What you'll tend to find is you let these guys do the running around the two centre midfielders. And I think Joshua King, again, we were linked to him last season. He was mint playing as that striker for whatever reason. Bournemouth fans, surely let us know in the comments down there below. He's struggling to get goals, but I do think he will start in the number 10 for this one, and I think will be Wilson rather than Defoe up top. Now Callum Wilson, again, you could probably say he's probably just on the verge of getting an England call-up perhaps. 7 goals this season, you know, he's got pace, he can shoot inside the box. He reminds me quite similar to Defoe, but when Defoe was a lot younger, you know, he's a busy bee, he likes to move, he's got movement, he's a fox in the box, he'll want service as well. So, in looking at the back as well, I generally think that if you get Dwight Gale stretching their defence, rather than Hosler, who's going to hold it up and try and bring players in, because Bournemouth, I know they've gotten so high up, but Bournemouth play probably on average, you know, when you do an average heat map check, Bournemouth's defenders are probably there during the game. They play so high up at home, and I generally think if we can get in behind them, that's our best chance of grabbing something. Will I think we'll get something? I think I'm going to go for a draw. And remember our promotions with BetSafe. I put a fiver on Newcastle to beat Man United. I got over 30 quid back as well, and a spare tenner, because if you double your deposit with BetSafe, you get your money back also as well. So you put a tenner on, they'll give you an extra tenner. So have a look at that if you want to try and win some money as well. That's in the link in the description below as well. It's across social media too. Cheers for watching. Watch ways of Dean. Say bye.